grand reveal of the shiny coat. Wow, Dex. Put those ribs away. Why do you look so much skinnier on camera? Camera takes off 10 pounds for horses. Well, probably actually like 100 pounds for horses. And adds 20 pounds for people. Oh, very itchy. Initially, I wanted to jump him, like just do a tiny little jump today because it's been 2 weeks since his last show and jump. But I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to now because I did give him quite a big ride yesterday. Oh, Flume. I was like, where did I put the number? And Flume has come up and knocked it into the stable, of course. Yeah, maybe I'll just put out one jump or a little bounce or something. So the last few weeks have been kind of busy. Had the release of the HLH saddle pads, which I was very surprised how well they did, this being one of them. But yeah, I was very surprised with how well they did. They all sold out. So I only got a couple. I only got like 10 initially of each colour because they're so much bigger than clothing, obviously. So they have to go on a container ship, which takes 2 to 3 months. So I only got a couple of them sent via airmail, thinking, oh yeah, I'll just put these up for sale and then people can pre-order them. They sold out in like 50 minutes, which I was so happy about, obviously, and like thankful for. So glad people like them because it has taken a number of years to get them how I like them and like the colours and the right supplier that is good quality and stuff. Oh my god, he's so silky. Love that. Thank you, Hygain and RVO Oil for giving him this shine because he looks unreal, if I do say so myself. But yeah, anyway, so I got the saddle pads and yeah, they all sold out in like 45 minutes. So I was like, oh, okay. So they're a lot more popular than I expected. And then a lot of people pre-ordered them and I was like, feels so bad people pre-ordering them. So I went back to the supplier and I was like, any chance I could get some more airmailed? How much will it cost? And it was 10,000 US dollars. So I was like, maybe I won't be doing that. No, thank you. Don't really want to be paying $10,000 for shipping. So then I was like, okay, how much to get like a quarter of them sent? And she was like, oh, it's like, you know, around, I think it was 3 grand Australian dollars. So I was like, yeah, sounds good. So I'm getting more, just means the price will be slightly more expensive, unfortunately. Anyway, this is a show vlog, not a talk about business vlog. Sorry guys. Sorry. Helmet first. So I recently moved up to doing meter 20s, meter 30s. So that's what I'm entered for tomorrow, which I'm kind of nervous about because the last 2 shows that I've done, the meter 30, I kind of did like back-to-back weekends, whereas he's had couple of weekends off, like 2 weekends off. So we'll just see how he feels in the meter 20. I always just say, see how he feels in the meter 20. If he's not feeling right, I'll just scratch. Like it's better saving his confidence and not having something go wrong and then going back like 5 steps, because that's something I've definitely learned about having sensitive horses like him and like Hino was when I was still riding and training him. If I went, oh, she'll be right, they can get over it, it usually goes terribly wrong. Yeah, that's just something to keep in mind if you also have a very sensitive horse. I was going to say warm blood or thoroughbred, but obviously any horse can be sensitive, any breed. Because that's the thing with Jerry, I could kind of be like, oh, come on, get over it, push him through it. Because he was like a little smart aleck that needed to constantly be like told what to do. quite firmly. Otherwise he'd be like, well, I'm smarter than you, sorry. Whereas Des here, you have to be like, oh, it's okay, life is not so scary, it's good, it's good. And because I've been doing that for a number of years now, he actually does believe that life is quite good and relaxing. That being said, I had the worst night of my life at the first show of this half of the show season, which was Kadena. So I decided to stay overnight because it was like 3 hours away. And so we took him up there. I competed on Saturday. Then Saturday night, like all the people with horses around me left. And so he was just like alone. Well, he could see other horses. They were like 20 meters away. But the entire night he paced. He just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and would like knock and like push up with his chest the yard that I had built him. He got out twice. And all night I was sleeping in the float with Max, listening to his pacing, just going back and forth, back and forth. And so there's just some things that never quite change with sensitive horses like this that are so attached to me and other horses. Sometimes they're just always going to be a little bit quirky, but I've always thought and said the quirkiest horses are the best in a lot of ways. There's like Ron Willis, an Australian show jumper, currently I think based in the States. One of his top horses, Blue Movie, is this chestnut mare. And I remember reading an article like 5 years ago, I think it was before the last Olympics, maybe 6 years ago then. And he said that he couldn't even ride her at home because she was so like wiry and hard to work with. So he could only ride her at shows. So at home he would just like lead her off other horses. And it just reminded me of Dexter. It's just some things like it's not worth pushing. So now if we stay at shows, he has to be surrounded by like multiple horses within 4 meters, something like that. Hey, lovely, you just really, really don't like change, do you? I was so... Oh, you're trying to talk to me. It's like, Mum, I can hear you when you're talking, but I can't see you. You're so cute, Dexter. But yeah, basically, I was so ready to not come. Honestly, the only reason I'm here is because of Max. He was like, no, you have goals and I want you to reach them. So you're going. And I was like, okay. So my show nerves made me explain this way too slowly, but basically I couldn't find a farrier at all to put his shoe back on. I mean, kind of fair enough considering it was like the night beforehand. And I didn't know of any farriers going there. And so I didn't really know what to do. Previously, when I've ridden him without a shoe, when he pulled it off like mid-round, he slipped and hurt his shoulder and had kind of somewhat a sore chest, sort of middle of his legs because of it too. So I didn't really want to do that. And anyway, I thought probably maybe just we wouldn't go. But then my farrier said he could meet us where I used to keep the horses, where my sister now lives. So we took him out there beforehand, quickly did it at probably like 9 or 10 in the morning, and then went to the show and got there perfectly fine and on time. So yeah, it all worked out well, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the vlog. AKA the absolute chaos that came after my rounds passed. What? What is it, Bobs? Like, I want to speak to you. Mom, this is so rude.
Like that scene.
okay, I'm gonna do a little voiceover for this meter 30 round. So it just wasn't quite going right. But considering I think he had just been stung by a bee beforehand, as you could see in the presentations, he was chewing really unhappily and just way more than normal. So you can see he's just a little bit off, but still very much wanting to jump because he's just that sort of horse. But yeah, I just wasn't riding him very well either, kind of sitting like a sack of potatoes, as you can see. Just not riding him quite right, and just like a little bit flat and just distracted, as you can tell there. And then I decided to do a circle instead of turning onto that next one because I just wanted to regather him and just get it sorted again. Yeah, did a nice big circle and then back to the second half of the course. So another little bit of a chip in there, but I don't mind really chipping with him too much because I hate when he gets too long, especially when it's this sort of height. I mean, I try not to chip obviously, but it's better to do that than go for the long distance and have him kind of charge off with me. But yeah, jumped through that line nice and then finished off nice. Just wasn't quite right in the first half of that. And then, yeah, you'll see. Drink. Oh my God. So after I had just got off him, I noticed he was just about to start having an allergic reaction, which this has happened before. This has happened actually most summers to him. Like this one. It makes me nervous how it's like all his neck and stuff. So I spoke to the judge straight away and she called the nearest vet, and so we were able to get her really quickly, thankfully, and we found a little bite mark in his mouth.
I wonder what you would say in Braille right now.
We got ice boots on to cool him down. A for his legs, B for his hives. But like between his back legs is crazy. That looks just insane. Alright, we're going home, feeling sorry for himself. It's absolutely disgusting. I hate myself for it. Another one. Another one. DJ Khaled. Just like that. We're home. What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
This little smart ass has been out today. He's had his little graze around the property, around down here, and he's obviously decided it's double the fun if he goes and lets Pino out of the yard. Not only does he want to be out himself, he's like, well, my friend can come out with me. So now Pino's been out. He's too smart. It's really annoying, especially for a very blonde boy. It's looking a lot better now, which is good. Starting to go down. Hey, what's wrong with your friend? Hey, I've got no tail. And I thought I would leave you with this, the reality of a panicked show pack up. This is a Monday morning job. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this slightly crazy horse vlog, and I will see you next week. Fingers crossed. Bye guys.